blokes like, I'm going out to do a few laps downtown in my high-top Renault with my windows down. So why'd you do your hair then, Gary? You a man or a mouse, too much package to carry, he ignores you. Brushing his hair to one side, there's a few certain rules that he must abide. Before you stop him, he's out the front door. What you see is a pleasure, he would see is a chore. Cause you're roundabout and you're bound to doubt the fact you're stuck up in a brand new town. You missed the train, you're lost my game. It's a bit of a pain. You're roundabout and you're bound to doubt the fact you're stuck up in a brand new town. You missed the train, you're lost my game. It's a bit of a pain. And you're roundabout and you're bound to doubt the fact you're stuck up in a brand new town. You missed the train, you're lost my game. It's a bit of a pain. You're roundabout and you're bound to doubt the fact you're stuck up in a brand new town. You missed the train, you're lost my game. It's a bit of a pain.
Why am I always late? Well, it's kind of easy, Johnny. It's because you're not very organised. That's the reason. Okay, welcome to Car Pervert. This is me, Jonny Smith, and this, more importantly, is my 1989 Mini 30th anniversary car. They did a limited run of them back in the 80s, obviously. Sorry, again, I'm stressed. It's MoT day. Just got that butterfly feeling and that feeling of just sheer nervousness, actually. Very, very cold day today. It's a very, very cold day, but sunny. Now this little Mini, as you saw, we got it going. Having bought it is really a non-runner. I took a bit of a punt on it. Very low mileage, one owner car from a family friend, but has not done a lot of driving. Not been on the road for some 5 years, which can be a bit of a gamble, frankly. I've just put the choke in. It's funny how quickly you get out of touch with the whole choke thing. They are funny. The steering wheel always feels a little bit too horizontal for me. But you do feel in touch with the road. The communication on a Mini is so good, and that's why people love the way they drive. You feel alive, intimate. Yeah. Sometimes a bit too intimate. You're well aware of the fact that Euro NCAP was not a thing. Gonna let it warm up and then get chatting. I love the fact that I look in the rearview mirror and I can see the name and the phone number of the original garage that sold this car, District Garage of Helsby, 092822294. So this car was sold new in Chester, in Cheshire, which is weird because I used to live in Chester. And I moved there because I got my first job in journalism, motoring journalism there, working on a sort of custom and classic VW magazine. So it's bizarre that when I looked through the documents of this car, I realised that's where it was supplied new. And then the lady moved from there up to the Scottish Highlands. You feel the auto box? This auto box is really quick, actually. It's better than I was expecting. I mean, some old autos are so slushy and forgetful. They sort of got auto trans Alzheimer's. They kind of go, oh, what gear was I supposed to be in? What? Oh, you want to do that? Oh, okay. And this is not like that, actually. Now, it will divide opinion on the fact that this Mini is an auto, and they tend to not be as desirable because you buy a Mini, I guess, for the kind of the go-kart-ness. Even though most go-karts are auto. But anyway, because it's so young in mileage, 15,588 miles, what that does mean is that the suspension, everything feels nice. Feels really nice. So the Mini 30 was a special edition that only came in two colours, like a burgundy red and a black. They made 2,000 burgundies, they made 1,000 black, and apparently, from what I've read, out of all 3,000 special edition cars, only 250 were autos. So auto clearly was never a particularly popular option. I got the bill of sale of this car. It shows you how much extra the auto box was. It was something like £700. Right, here we are. I haven't even checked if the horn works, you know, or stuff like that. Last minute test of the brakes. I'm my MOT man, Kia. Right, time for a chat with the MOT dude. Okay, MOT test done. It has just failed. But the positive news is, and you've always got to take a positive away from an MOT test. Underneath, it's absolutely splendid. I don't use the word splendid lightly. It's really splendid under there. Front brakes are binding a bit from lack of use. So I'll go the long way home and just keep trying the brakes, because I think I just want to ascertain whether it's the caliper piston sticking or whether it's just corrosion on the discs which are stopping it. So I'll do that. And got to do the fog light. The light doesn't work. I think it's just a bulb, so that's minutes worth of work. And then a gaiter is split on the steering. Again, probably not a very long job. So the really expensive stuff is good. And fundamentally, it's a really nice little survivor car. So I am very pleased. Also, we've let it idle for a good while now and it seems much happier. It's lack of use, you see. Lack of use kills cars. Let's see if the damn heating works. It's funny how big all the other cars really look when you're driving a Mini. You know, it would have felt antique in the 80s. Listen to that induction noise. I'm not convinced, having MOT exemption on classics, which is going to happen in May 2018, so May this year, for cars that are over 40, I'm not convinced it's a good idea. It's what I really like about MOT time is it's a chance for you to look around your car in a way that you probably don't do on a regular basis. And at the end of the day, you don't want to crash your car because of something that you didn't see that was wrong with it. The brakes are either binding really heavily or this is woefully slow. But yeah, I think the brakes are binding. Yeah, the brakes are binding. Yeah, they're not well. They're not well at all. Oh dear. Bugger. The car's trying to stop itself whilst it's driving. And the brake pedal has gone quite hard, so I'm going to try and carefully drive home the back way. Wish me luck, right? So basic in a Mini, and actually quite a lot of legroom. If you're tall like me, once you get in and get your legs tucked under the steering wheel, there is quite a lot of legroom. Cars have become very complex, and this is a real reminder of how basic motoring can be, and also how amazing design can be when it's stripped back to its kind of its roots. Car design. The thing that attracts people to the Mini is that it it was a mass-produced front-wheel drive car that could fit 5 people in, and it could be amazingly good fun. The wheelbase was pushed right out. There was hardly any overhang, remember? The wheels are right in each corner, and it became a go-kart. It had that characteristic where you could just bung it into a corner and you knew you could come out of it. You knew that it was one of those cars that you could just drive like hell, even if it was only, 900cc. Everything like this is, these were called door cards. These used to be called door cards rather than interior trim panels or whatever else we call them. And the reason is because it is just a piece of cardboard that's had fabric stretched over it, and then you just fix it to the door using the little popper panels or screws. It's just so basic. Gonna go down here. Love driving the back lanes. That's what this car was for. This is not a motorway car. It's not an A-road car. Minis are born for B roads.